So I create artwork consistently in my life in order to feel like I am doing the thing that I really have always enjoyed doing. And I would always recommend to my friends, my family, and hopefully the people watching these videos, go do the things that you liked doing when you were young, because it will set you free. Your child self will be free. So I wanted to go through some of the creations that me and Matt have been coming up with on Midjourney, which is an AI art generating software, one of the premier ones in the world. And it's something that I think is kind of a sore subject for a lot of the art community, because a lot of people say, for instance, I click on this image, a lot of people that actually have the skills to create this shit, and if you're seeing over here, this is kind of what was typed in to create such a thing. A lot of people that create these things are being sidetracked or overshadowed by an AI that creates them. And so then the argument becomes, okay, if indeed I am going to spend my entire life creating, if I am going to spend all this time and energy caring, then why is it that something that takes about a fraction of a second will potentially outsell me or make more money than me? And to that argument I say, it's foolish. Because the thing is that regardless of if someone is generating this AI generated artwork, or if they are generating actual physical artwork that takes a while, the skills to actually sell the work are still the same. In fact, this might be a better piece than most people are capable of creating. But if the sales skills aren't there, then this thing's not going to be sold nearly as much as perhaps someone that does have better sales skills. So the argument there, that's a flop. The other thing is, on top of the reality that AI generated artwork is incredibly beautiful, there's a lot of it. So you still have to choose which images you actually want to put up, and which images fit, I suppose, the philosophy of what you were trying to capture. And that, I think, is missed by a lot of people as well, because a lot of people just think, oh, I can just, this cat image, I can just sell this. And it's like, sure, try, and then tell me that it's easy. But beyond that, the thing that I was telling Matt a long time ago, and something that I consistently try to incorporate into the things that we put out, is it needs to convey a sense of serenity. It needs to have something inside of it that will inspire the observer for more beautiful, perhaps magical, hopeful vibes in life. And the reason that I want to do that is because I am a firm believer that our subconscious actually has a tremendous role in the way that we process the world. And I think and I feel that this artwork, the artwork that we put around us, the things that inspire us constantly, those things should be procured. They should be something that we go out of our way to put into our environment, rather than something that's just kind of there, like scrolling through TikTok. And so I want to make sure that the artwork that we put out, that people buy, is inspiring in some sense, or at least provokes a sense of serenity, peace in life. And so, as you can see, there's a lot of images here. And on the Taravify.art Instagram, you'll see a lot of these pieces are up. And actually, you can make some very beautiful women here too, so be very careful. But these are still procured. The images out of tens, hundreds of thousands of images, we still spend the time to say, hey, this one I like more than these 10. And so the reason I wanted to show this to you is because A, it has been incredibly inspiring in my life to be able to write something, and then for it to pop up an awesome image, and then for that image to be in my subconscious and for me to think about constantly when I am creating my own paintings. And I don't think people prioritize that enough in life, in accumulating inspiration for our artwork. And I think AI is a phenomenal way to get started with that, because in a sense it's creating something very novel. It's creating something perhaps that has never existed before. Does it make it any less beautiful because it's generated by technology? I refuse to think that it does, because technology is just as much a part of our universe as we are. We're no real different than, in my opinion, than the molecules that make up animals. And well, we made this shit, so you can come up with cool logos for the book club that we have. So Matt iterated lots and lots of bunnies because we got an outcry when we switched it from a bunny to something else, and they said bring the bunnies back. And so he went through and made a lot of images, and I think landed on this one for our book club. And so, you know, it's just like these little details in life I think a lot of us are missing. And I had this mentor that taught a master class about spirituality when I was in dental school, and he said that he consistently puts things in his environment that cause him to have a sense of play in life. And I think a lot of us are looking for that thing that will give us a sense of play in life, but are unwilling to procure it, are unwilling to spend resources on creating that environment because we don't know how important it is. So today I wanted to talk about particularly how important that sense of play is, how necessary that sense of play is in life, to make sure that we stay excited, hopeful about the future, but also believe that hopefully we're getting something back in all of our efforts, that there's a sense of sustainability in the things that we're trying to accomplish. So this is a manipulation of the sides of an image. So this was the image, and you tell the AI to build out the sides here, and you get these different variations. This is probably my favorite one out of them, but this is really interesting too. A sense of play. How do I convey to you the significance of being able to play in life? Play for the creative is an essential part of the process. We need to believe that regardless of if we fuck it up or if we make a master stroke, that the importance is just doing the damn thing. The importance is the flow state that we get into. And so many of us forget that in the pursuit of excellence in life, I think, to imagine that the experience itself won't be worth it. Now that is taking life for granted, in my opinion. To say to ourselves that I have done this thing 1,000 times before, and it doesn't matter who's gonna be there, and I don't care which animals I see or what the weather's like, it's gonna be the same. And I don't think any of us should ever really get there in life. So that, to me, is why a sense of play is so integral, is because it really does make the simplest things in life incredible. And why not have the ability to do that at any given moment, when it's simply a change in mindset, a gratitude for life. AI generations, things that help generate ideas in general, should be a form of play. Just as much as sitting down and drawing the thing, sitting down and creating the music, sitting down and splashing paint on something or dancing. They should all have, in my opinion, a deep sense of play, of freedom, as we were when we were children. In fact, the art of forest bathing. The art of forest bathing is essentially going into the woods, and instead of with the objective of getting to the top of the mountain, sure, that might be a nice thing to do, the objective of forest bathing is to indeed go and play in the woods, to have a sense of wonder about the moss growing on some bark, or a mushroom that you found on the ground, or a strange butterfly that appears out of nowhere. That is lost in our society a lot. And by the way, going through TikTok and Instagram with a sense of play is very different than going through TikTok or Instagram with a sense of, I want to waste my time and I will let anything rob me of my attention. To rob me of my attention. So, a sense of play is intentional as well. It is an exploration. It is in itself the aspiration to get into a state of flow, to release ourselves to the environment, to the ethos that's trying to get through us. Ethos, not the right word. The ether that's trying to get through us. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on creativity, and I think it should be embraced in some very fundamental way by every human being. I think it brings tremendous life satisfaction to be creative and playful in the things that we do. Hopefully the people editing this video are playful with the things that they're doing, to make it not boring for them. Always aspire to find new, more novel, interesting things in life, my friend. It will make everything else feel worthwhile. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the flip.